Hi friends! Welcome to my first video. Today I'm going to be trying out a voiceover. I don't know, just kind of trying to get the hang of it. So today we're going to be doing some Gong Brewing, which is a Chinese style of brewing tea. So let's take a closer look at my tea pets. So this first one I have Keoki. I named him from one of my, it's actually a character by a local theater, but I took his name. And these two rabbits are Hippity and Hop, and basically tea pets just make the Gong Fu brewing ceremony just a little bit more fun. And a closer look at the tea today, we're using a Chinese black tea from, I believe, a shop that I got on eBay, which I don't recommend, but the tea actually did taste good, as we'll see. And here's a look of it in the gaiwan. So this style of brewing, we basically put the hot water in with the tea leaves in the gaiwan, which we use as our brewing vessel as opposed to a traditional teapot. In the gaiwan, I believe I have about 20 grams or 2-ish tablespoons of the tea. And here I'm just warming up the tea cup that I'm going to be using, which I got, I believe, either at a garage sale or something, I don't remember. Yeah, and just rinsing that out, getting everything prepped. And so this first steep we're gonna do, we're not really steeping, it's more so a rinse, just to get rid of the impurities and stuff, and to, you know, make sure our tea's clean when we drink it. So we're just gonna let that chill over there. This is actually one of my favorite strainers. I got it at a garage sale for 25 cents. You can see it's made in Japan, and the mesh on it is actually really fine, which I enjoy. There's a closer look at the tea in the gaiwan after the first steep, or the rinse really. So basically what we're going to do is I'm just going to pour it into my teacup here. And we're not going to drink this, we're actually going to give it to our tea pets so they can have a little taste of our tea. So here's a look at that first rinse. Here is what our tea leaves look like after the rinse. There's a lot of smoky flavors, or like a smoky scent coming off of it, which I thought was pretty cool. Almost like a pu'er or an oolong if you're familiar with it. So here we go, we're gonna take the tea rinse and just give it to our tea pets. Hopefully I'll get the hang of using this recording setup because everything in this video is a little bit blurry. So we're gonna go in with the first steep, and in this kyusu, it's only just hot water, just to hold the hot water. And that one I actually got at a local Japanese store for, I think it was only $5. And that's one of my favorite teapots. So we're gonna go ahead and let that steep. Move Hippity and Hop and Kyoki out of the way. And then we're gonna get our strainer ready for the first pour. Here you go, I'm just mixing up the tea leaves a little bit. And I was still trying to get a hang of the, like how you're supposed to hold the gaiwan. So this first pour is a little messy, but I think I got it. And using that strainer to just catch any little debris. Setting that off to the side, I actually have that seahorse little dish. I actually got it at the local aquarium. Very cute. And here's another look at the leaves after the first brew. So you can see that they kind of unfurled a little bit. First brew, I think I did it only for 30 seconds. So as opposed to traditional Western brewing, when you steep the tea, you don't do it for 3 to 5 minutes. You do it for like 30 seconds, 20 seconds each time, because you're only brewing such a little bit amount, like a little bit of tea. So we're just giving first taste. That one was really smoky, and you can see the kind of darker amberish color coming from it. In hindsight, that one was the smokiest. So we're gonna start our second steep up here while we're halfway through our first, just so we can have time to steep. Gotta mix up those leaves a little bit. I actually wanted to get more into Gong brewing, because it's kind of takes like 10-15 minutes, but it is a good way to just relax and de-stress, contemplate life if you want. So yeah, so as I'm enjoying this, it was a little bit smoky. It wasn't too smoky, but you could definitely tell that like the roasty flavor that really came through. And so that this last little bit, see that there's a little bit of debris, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give that to my tea pets. I'm sure they'll enjoy that. Right now, these are the only 2 tea pets that I have. I got them last year for Christmas, and yeah, they're my favorite because they really do make the ceremony a lot more fun. So we go looking at the leaves after the second brew. You can see how they continue to unfurl. And here's a closer look at them. Just let that focus. I don't know why there's a little, it's kind of coming across blue, like with a blue tinge to it, but I promise it's easy to turn blue. So we're gonna get ready for the second pour here. Alrighty, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I seem to be more comfortable holding the gaiwan. And here's a look at the leaves after the second brew. You can see it looks more or less the same. Maybe a little lighter in color. Yeah, so drinking this second brew, it was still had that smoky flavor, but you could tell that it kind of was going away. And it wasn't bitter at all. The first one I think was a little bit bitter, maybe because I oversteeped it, maybe for a couple seconds too long. Here we're gonna get the third steep going. This one was maybe only 10 or 15 seconds that I let steep for the third steep. Alrighty, we're gonna get this strainer ready in our teacup for this third brew. Mix up the tea leaves a little bit. You can see kind of that the tea is a little bit lighter, as you can tell from the repeated steepings. Just gonna go ahead and pour that into our teacup. And I'm actually surprised at how much I didn't like spill with this gaiwan. I thought I would definitely spill a lot more than I did. So here we go, is a close-up look at the tea leaves after the third steep. Still looks more or less the same. Maybe they got a little lighter. This one wasn't quite as smoky. I did like it though. It was a little bit more mild. I think the third brew was probably one of my favorites. And the fourth brew, it's like the first and second brew were a little bit too strong. So after that, we're gonna pour the last bit over our tea pets. And we're gonna go ahead and pour the fourth steep into our teacup. Here's a look at the leaves after that first steep. Does still look the same. Not any differences that I can see. The smell, it kind of smelled a little bit like a pu'er or a smoky oolong, even though this is a black tea, which I thought was really interesting. This one again, the smoky flavor by this time kind of went away. It was more, started to taste more like an oolong, which is good. And of course, giving that last little bit to our tea pets. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little gong fruit tea ceremony. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.